What is up? Coach Emma here, and welcome back to the Fit Habit Life podcast, where we cut through the noise, talk real health and fitness, sustainable fat loss, and habits that actually work. And today on the podcast, I will be talking about the mindset hack that you need in order to be successful in, yes, fat loss, but any venture really in your life. Fitness is not just nutrition and training. Mindset is really key for building lasting change and getting those results that you want. So that's why I tend to talk about it a lot, maybe not as direct as this, but this was just really resonating with me this week, so I wanted to talk about it. But before we dig in, I just wanted to thank you for spending time with me today, listening to what I have to say. And if you do really enjoy this podcast, if you could rate the show, like the episode, subscribe, that helps me get in front of more people and helps me help more people, which is really the goal of this podcast. And as you can see, my audio has been upgraded. So last week, when I recorded the 5 best supplements for fat loss, my cheapo, actually it's not a cheapo mic, but it's not a mic built for podcasting. It's not a quality audio mic. It turned off. It was just one of those little wireless ones. And the episode sounded awful. I listened to it and I'm like, oof. So I finally listened to my husband and I invested in a microphone, and he has a spare. My husband is like an audiophile. So he's like really into audio, music, sound. And he had a spare interface. And right now I'm using his mic. Mine arrived, but the mount hasn't arrived yet. So I'm waiting for that. So I'm borrowing his, but mine is the exact same, except the foam is black. So anyway, the episode was so bad. I was like, okay, I need to upgrade my audio. And right now I'm actually listening to myself to make sure that it sounds good during the episode. So in case any of this happens again, I'll be ready. And I figured, hey, might as well record video too, because I have a fancier setup, at least audio wise, and then I can put these on YouTube. So anyway, Fit Habit Life has been upgraded, and I'm very excited. But back to the key parts of the episode. And if you listen to that episode, I apologize. The content was awesome, but obviously the audio wasn't super good. So hopefully from this point on, all the audio on my end will sound great, because when you're listening to a podcast and the audio doesn't sound good, it makes it a lot easier to turn it off, even if the information is very interesting. So, yeah. But anyway, I'm excited that my audio is a lot better, and hopefully you guys will benefit from this as well. And hey, maybe I'll even do more than 2 podcasts a week, because I'm enjoying doing podcasts that sound good. Probably not. It's a lot of time. But anyway. So yes. So mindset. This week I'll be talking about mindset, or today I'll be talking about mindset hack. So the mindset hack is whenever you think you can't do something, just adding yet to the end of that statement. So instead of saying something like, I can't deadlift 400 pounds, you say, I can't deadlift 400 pounds yet. And really, what that's doing is it's reframing your mindset from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. And really, just in general, anybody who succeeds in life in a particular area, whether it be business, health, financially, I can't think of other things right now. One of those 3, usually they don't have a fixed mindset. And a fixed mindset kind of keeps you stuck, because someone in a fixed mindset doesn't believe that they can change, doesn't believe that they can make changes, doesn't believe that they could be anything different. And somebody with a growth mindset, they believe that they can change. They believe they're not necessarily like insane. Like they're not like, oh yes, I can fly or something like that. They're realistic, but they realize they don't let that realism keep them stuck. So maybe a good, more tangible example would be like, let's say you're 50 pounds overweight and you're like, hey, I cannot do a pull up yet. Or I cannot do a pull up because realistically, well, you might be able to do a pull up. But this is just an example. Let's say you're starting to work out and you're overweight and you can't do a pull up. You could think, I can't do a pull up and I'll never be able to do a pull up. So what is even the point of trying? Or you could think, I can't do a pull up yet. And that one little word, yet, can shift your mindset because then you can start to imagine, hey, in the future, I can do a pull up. I'm just not there yet. And there's some changes and things I have to do in order to get to that point. And usually what happens is people, they let their current situation be their future reality. And it's very common and different things too. It doesn't necessarily need to be health or fitness related. But like there's a lot of people stuck in jobs that they don't enjoy. And they're like, well, this is what I've got. This is what I am. I'll give a personal example. I was a software engineer. I went to undergrad and grad school for software engineering. And had I thought, well, I'm just a software engineer, this is what I am, I'm not a coach, then I wouldn't be where I am today. So because I thought, yeah, I'm not a coach yet, and I am a software engineer now, doesn't mean I can't ever be a coach. And then when you say, okay, I'm not a coach yet, how do I become a coach? Right? Like I can't do a pull-up yet. How can I learn how to do a pull-up? And if you're overweight, that might be, right, trying to monitor your food intake, making better decisions, making more nutrient-dense whole food options, reducing some of that processed food that you're consuming, maybe if you're overweight, or just overall reducing your calories. It might be starting to strength train, starting to focus on getting really strong, starting to practice a pull-up, even if you need the pull-up assist machine or a band, right? And once you start realizing, oh, there are things I can do, and I know I can't do this thing right now, but I will be able to do that in the future. That's when you start to make changes, and that's when you start to see progress. And that's where things start to happen, the good stuff. So if you ever catch yourself saying, I can't do something, or I don't know how to do something, or I'm just not that type of person, add yet to that statement and see how your results and your mindset completely shift. Because people with a fixed mindset, they tend to achieve less in life. They tend to be less happy, less content. When I had a fixed mindset, oh, I'm broken, or my metabolism's broken, or like if me having my hormone problems, if I had just said, well, it just is what it is, there's nothing I can do about it, then I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't be helping people with the same problems. So, and my quality of life is so much more fulfilling. I don't feel like stuck. I think that's part of it too. With if you have a fixed mindset, you feel stuck and you feel like there's nothing you can do about it. I think like victim mindset and fixed mindset are kind of like synonymous. Like there's a lot of comparisons there. Like, oh, this is just who I am, or oh, this happened to me, instead of this is who I want to become. And I'm not there yet, but there's things I can do today to start taking action to becoming that person. Right? And when you dream and imagine like the person that you want to become, life is a lot more enjoyable. It's a lot more exciting. As you start to make changes and make progress, it's a lot more fulfilling. Like life isn't about the end goal. Life is about the journey, right? So if you constantly feel stuck and like you can't do anything, you can't change, you're not going to probably be as content as someone who's like, hey, maybe I'm not where I want to be, but I'm really enjoying living my life and trying to improve and better myself and get to that point. So, and with regards to sustainable fat loss, because that's why most people are listening to this, is body composition change, maybe overall health too. The people who succeed are the people who realize and recognize that, yeah, maybe I'm not where I'd like to be and there's improvements that I can make, but I'm willing to learn and I'm willing to grow and I'm willing to change and make improvements so that I can be that person that I want to be. I can achieve that body composition that I want to. I can improve my gut health. I can improve my quality of life by, getting healthy and optimizing things that I can and that I have control over. So, the people that tend to fail on this journey are the ones that give up or feel like they're stuck or they have something working against them. The ones that focus on the things they can't control, not the people who are focusing on what are the things that they can do. And so part of that is if you recognize, like, okay, I'm logical, I'm not where I want to be, but that doesn't mean I can't get there. So, for any statements that you say, add a yet to the end of that point, especially if it's about yourself and you're like, I can't do this thing. Like a common one is, I don't know how to cook. Maybe you just don't know how to cook yet. But what is something that you're open to trying? And being open to failure too. Because part of the journey, there'll be ebbs and flows. If the journey was like this, it'd be a lot more enjoyable. But I mean, part of growth is experiencing struggles. And when you overcome them, you feel incredible. Because you did something hard. You challenged yourself. You pushed yourself. So, anyway, add a yet to those negative statements. And then be open to trying new things and be open to failure because that's part of the process. But the more you fail, the more you learn. And the more you learn, the more you grow. And the more you can grow into that person that you want to become. And ultimately, if you want a body composition change, this is what you have to do if you want it long term. Because, yeah, anybody could just restrict a bunch of foods for 30 days. But are you better than when you started doing that 30 days ago? Probably not. You're probably the same person. You might be a little bit lighter, but then you might revert back to what you did before because that's just who you are. But that's not true. You can be whoever you want to be. You just have to be open to change, trust yourself, and Stop putting yourself in a box. Think outside the box. Be growth minded. Be open to change. So anyway, this recording kind of went all over the place, but basically the hack is just add yet to a statement. Add yet, and that will shift your perspective and shift your mindset and give you those results that you want, those long-term results that you want. And if this is something you struggle with, this is something I talk through with a lot of my clients on a regular basis. Debunking limiting beliefs, helping them see what they can become, and helping them take action, appropriate action to reach those goals. So if you are interested in that, you can just book a discovery call below. We'll just chat, just see what your goals are, and provide you guidance either way, whether or not we end up working together. It's no pressure. I'm doing this because I just want to help people. At the end of the day, that's my goal. So even if you don't book a call or you don't chat with me, as long as you got something out of this, that's the goal. So anyway, if you've listened to my whole random ramblings of why to add yet is a hack for fat loss, please rate the show. I really appreciate it. Share this with somebody you think it might help. And yeah, that's it for this one. So thanks for listening, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.